The father of the computer system is none other than Alan Turing. The components of the computer system, here it is hardware, software, then I'm going to have data as well as user. To provide data security, we are going to have encryption as well as decryption. Hello to all, a warm welcome to introductory session on computer science. I am Revati, faculty, Department of Computer Science, Vidhyaashram Pre-University College, Mysore. Before going to start my today's introductory session, let me to ask some of the questions. Now tell me, who is the father of computer? So the familiar answer here is Charles Babbage. Now tell me the father of computer science. Dear student, please remember that the father of the computer and the father of the computer systems are different. So the second question here is, who is the father of computer system? The father of the computer system is none other than Alan Turing. Now tell me, which is the first digital computer? Here the answer is, the first digital computer is electronic numerical and integrator computer, and this is the first general purpose digital programmable computer. Now dear student, tell me, which is the first keyboard used in the field of computer science? So the answer for this question is Kahoot keyboard is the first keyboard used in the field of computer science. Now tell me, which is the first computer system which is developed by India? So the first computer system which is developed by India here is Param. So the Param is the first supercomputer and which is developed in India. So these are the some of the very interesting topic about computer science. Now tell me, what is CPU? So whatever the thing we are going to get, that is the outer box, that is black color box, is CPU? No, that is the wrong answer. So the actual and correct answer is the microprocessor. So the microprocessor comes along with the motherboard. So the microprocessor itself called computer processor. So what is CPU then? So here the CPU is nothing but the central processing unit. So that is further divided into control unit as well as arithmetic and logic unit. So here the CPU is nothing but the microprocessor. Here microprocessor comes with the motherboard. So these are the some of the interesting topic which comes under computer science. So dear student, nowadays everything is digitalized and we are going to live in the world called cashless. So this has happened only because of computer science. So the computer science plays very important role in digital India. Now tell me, most of the hackathons are going to happen because of digital India or because of computer science. So dear student, I'm going to welcome all the students who opted computer science as their optional, and whatever the choice they did, that is correct and it is exact one, because nowadays everything is digitalized and it is mainly based on the computer science. So the student must have minimum idea about computer science. So whatever the choice you made, it is correct one. So we know that we are going to live in the word between B and D. So here B stands for born and D stands for death. In between B and D, we are going to have the option called C. So here C stands for choice, and most of the students, they elected computer science as their optional subject. So this is very interesting, very beautiful subject, and we are going to have vast area, and we are going to have many job opportunities when comparing to other streams. So I'm going to welcome all the students who opted computer science as their optional subject. So now tell me how to write program. So here the programming concept, it's going to play a very important role, because the computer is capable to understand only the instructions. So in computer science, the instructions are given to the computer system based on the programming language. So here we are going to have multiple programming language. So here the computer science is a very beautiful subject. So along with that, we are going to have data security. That means how to protect the data from the unauthorized access or unauthorized user. So to provide data security, we are going to have encryption as well as decryption. So this is also a very important topic of computer science. Along with that, we are going to have networking. So here networking is one of the subject, and it is very, very beautiful subject. Then we are going to have artificial intelligence. Nowadays, the trend here is artificial intelligence as well as IoT. So these are the some of the domains or branches of computer science. So most of the workshops, most of the hands-on session, most of the seminars are carried out in the field of computer science. So the computer science plays very important role in the human being. So you must know how the Facebook is going to work. Dear student, we are going to have very beautiful and talented platform. So when I say we are going to have platform, that indicates that we are going to have gaming apps. That means the gaming app is developed by using programming language. So along with that, we are going to have Facebook, WhatsApp, everything. So how the Facebook and WhatsApp is going to work, how the online transactions are going to carried out, these are the certain topics comes under computer science. So here the computer science plays very major role. So because of computer science, nowadays everything is digitalized, and we are going to live in the world cashless India, and we are going to have to showcase our talent. The platform here we are going to have is hackathon. So these are the some of the very important concept we are going to have in computer science. So dear student, I cannot discuss all the topics and features related to computer science in one day. So what I will do, I'll explain one by one in my sessions. So dear student, whatever the choice you did or whatever the choice you have taken, that is correct choice. So to understand this subject, you does not require any prerequisites, because I'm going to explain each and everything from the scratch. So no need to bother about the computer science subject, because it is a very beautiful and very interactive subject. So dear student, to understand this subject, we are going to have the Bible. So this is the Bible we are going to refer throughout the first PUC. So except last page and first page, whatever the things it is going to include, all the things are very important from the examination point of view, and this is the Bible for first year PUC computer science students. Moving further, let's see what are the topics comes under first PUC computer science. So here we are going to have, that is, overview of a computer. So here the overview of a computer is nothing but the fundamentals of computer system. That means we are going to study in depth about the computer system. That means what is the computer, what is the computer science, along with that the generation of computer science. That means how many different types of generation we are going to have here, and the different types of computers, that is a supercomputer, or it may be a mini computer, or it may be a microcomputer, or it may be a analog computer, or digital computer, or hybrid computer. So we are going to study in depth about the type of computer in this subject. Along with that, we are going to study the characteristics of computer system, along with that applications of computer system. Then we are going to study the block diagram of computer system. Then we are going to have the complete idea about components of the computer system. So when I say the components of the computer system, here it is hardware, software, then I'm going to have data as well as user. So these are the topics comes under overview of a computer. So here the overview of a computer is nothing but the fundamentals of computer system. Then we are going to have input, output, and memory devices. That means, so here we are going to study what is input device, what is output device, as well as memory, and the classification of input device. That means what is source input device and what is human input device. Along with that, we are going to have output device. That means we are going to have what is monitor, the 4 different types of monitor. Then we are going to have what is printer, the 2 types of printers like impact printer and non-impact printer. Then we are going to have plotter and projector. So these are the certain things we are going to study under this subject. At the same time, in the input device, we are going to have the keyboard. That means we are going to have 5 different keyboards, and the number of keys present on the keyboard, everything we are going to study under this subject. Then we are going to have memory device. So what is memory? What are the types of memory? How to differentiate what is RAM and ROM? What are the different kinds of program we are going to store in RAM or ROM? Along with that, we are going to have secondary storage device. So these are the certain topic which comes under computer science. Along with that, I'm going to have data representation. Now tell me, what is data representation? So dear student, just remember that the computer is capable to understand only zeros and ones. So what we want to do? We want to write the program, or we want to give the instruction to the computer system. So whatever the instruction we are going to give, that is converted into the form of binary. So here binary is nothing but 0 as well as 1. So in the data representation, we are going to have binary data representation, decimal data representation, octal data representation, hexadecimal data representation. Along with that, we are going to have number system, that is positional number system and non-positional number system. Along with that, we are going to have BCD coded decimal as well as gray code and XS3. So these are the very important topic which comes under our subject, that is computer science. Then we are going to have software concept. That means What is software? The types of softwares like system software and application software, along with the example we are going to study in this subject. Then we are going to have problem solving and methodology. So in problem solving, we are going to write the solution. So how to write the solution? What are the different way used to write the solution? Along with that, we are going to have algorithms and flowchart. At the same time, how to fix the error and how to solve the error. Everything we are going to study under problem solving and methodology. So dear student, as I assure that I'm going to cover each and every topic in detail along with example in my future sessions. So next we are going to have programming in C++. That means, so this is the initial step we are going to have. That means how to write the program by using C++ programming language. Along with that, how to create the class, how to define object, how to access the member function, how to access the data members, and what are the different types of specifiers we are going to have. Everything I'm going to discuss in detail along with the example. So dear student, in this chapter, I'm going to explain the complete syntax about the programming language. That means what is if, what is if else, what is nested if, what is switching statement, how to define data types, what are the rules we are going to follow, then what is while loop, what is do while, what is for loop. Everything I'm going to discuss in detail in this chapter. Then I'm going to have word processing. That means how to create the document, how to give the presentation, and how to prepare the Excel sheet. That is, I'm going to have spreadsheet as well as word processing. So these three chapters are very important. If you know complete about the word processing and spreadsheet, after your PUC, you can able to survive anywhere in the world, because with the minimum qualification, with these knowledge, you can able to get the job. So from the career opportunity or from your career sake, these are the three very important chapter we are going to have, that is word processing, spreadsheet. So in the word processing, we are going to study about how to create the word, how to use the word, how to give the documentation, everything. So we are going to have presentation, that is nothing but the PowerPoint. So how to give the presentation, how to prepare the presentation, everything comes under word processing. And in spreadsheet, we are going to have Excel format. So we are going to create the spreadsheet and we are going to maintain the spreadsheet. Along with that, I'm going to have web designing. That means in this chapter, we are going to study the basic concept about web designing. That means how to create the web pages, how to run the web pages, and how to write the web code. These are the some of the very important topic which comes under web designing. So dear student, in this year we are going to have these many chapters under computer science student. So dear student, in this year we are going to have these many chapters under our subject called computer science. So here the computer science plays very important role. So here the computer science is nothing but the combination of science as well as engineering. So when I say it is computer science, that gives the disciplinary or study of computation as well as computing. So when I say it is computation or computing, then we are going to have theories, along with the functionalities. Then we are going to have data structure, then we are going to have compiler design, then we are going to have networking, then we are going to have website designing, everything. So it is a complete study about the computing as well as computation. That means here we are going to study about hardware as well as software. Moving further, we are going to have distribution of marks. That means how the marks are distributed in this subject. So here we are going to have theory as well as practicals. So here theory carries 70 marks. That means we are going to write the exam for 70 marks, and in practical examination we are going to have 30 marks. That means we are going to conduct practical exams for 30 marks. So here I'm going to have certain experiments as well as programs. So I'm going to run all the programs in my lab session. So whatever the lab I'm going to have, that is my practical exam. And I'm going to write theory exam only for 70 marks. So 70 plus 30, it is total 100 marks. That means I'm going to write the exam, or I'm going to attend the exam for 100 marks. And it is very easy to score 100 out of 100, because in our practical exam we can very easily score 30 out of 30, and in the theory subject we can able to score 70 out of 70 if we follow my guidance as well as instruction. So you can very easily score 100 out of 100 in this subject. Moving further, we are going to have the question paper pattern. So this is the theory question paper pattern, and here we are going to have 70 marks. In the question paper pattern, we are going to have 4 different sections. That is part A, part B, part C and part D. So in part A, I'm going to have 10 questions and each question carries 1 mark. So 1 into 10, it is 10. And in the part B, I'm going to have 5 questions. That means actually I'm going to have 8 questions. Out of 8, I need to answer any 5. So 5 into 2, it is 10. And in part C, I'm going to have once again 8 questions. Out of 8 questions, I want to answer any 5. So 5 into 3, it is 15. And if I consider part D, I'm going to have 11 questions. Out of 11 questions, I'm going to answer any 7 questions, and each question carries 5 marks. That is 5 into 7, it is 35. So the total mark here is 70. That means I'm going to write the theory exam only for 70 marks. So to score out marks in this subject, it is very easy. And what you want to do, you want to practice. Along with that, you want to take the guidance. Along with that, you want to follow the instruction. For that reason, you want to watch all my videos. Moving further, we are going to have the blueprint. That means if I go unit wise, I'm going to have 4 different units. Along with that, I have mark distribution. So for first unit, that is A, what is the marks allotted? That is 24 marks. That means you can expect 24 marks from this unit A. And from unit B, you can able to expect 19 marks question. And from C, that is unit C, we are going to have 48 marks, and unit D, we are going to have 15 marks. So if you give more weightage for unit C, you can able to score 48 marks. Along with that, if you concentrate more about unit A, then you can able to score 24 marks. Then if you concentrate more on unit B, you can able to score 19 marks, and if you concentrate more on D, then you can able to score 15 marks. Total it is 105. Why it is 105? Because in each part or in each section we are going to have extra questions. So by adding all the questions, I'm going to have 105 marks. But here I'm going to write the exam only for 70 marks. So the computer science plays very important role in 21st century. Guys, nowadays everything is computerized and we are going to live in the world called digitalized. So everything is digitalized. That means we required minimum idea about computer science as well as computer system. So guys, I'm going to end my session with the quote that is, a good education can change anything and a good teacher can change everything. Thank you.